Hi folks, Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Current blog post I want to share with you, of course, review the latest in social media and technology. This is a product that we're really excited about. Now, if you've ever had a wireless router and tried to install it, it's a technological nightmare. If you've ever tried to have your mother or grandmother or anyone who's not technically proficient install one, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for most people. You have to go into your web browser and hook it up and hope it's hooked up and then look for it with the IP address and then go through all this rigmarole that you read that you have no idea what it means on your web browser when you're programming your Wi-Fi router. So these guys at Securifi, you can go to securifi.com, securifi.com. This is their world's first, it's called the Almond. It's a touchscreen wireless end router and range extender, the world's first touchscreen router. So now for the very first time, world's first, you can actually click on and work the menu right on the router itself. You don't have to go through all that crap of going to your computer and trying to type in the IP address and program it and all that good stuff. You can configure it seconds. You don't need a Mac or a PC or a CD to do this. Now, they have a new product that's going to be coming out soon called the Almond Plus. It's going to give more bandwidth to the router and a range extender and all that good stuff. So we'll be talking about that on a separate post, but be sure to check into that when you go to their website. That should be a product they're going to be launching soon, the Almond Plus. And of course, this is going to do an awesome job. Now, one of the problems we have here at the Chris Voss Show is we have a very large place. And so we have one end of our office that uses the majority of the bandwidth, and it just kills us because we need to get the bandwidth all around the area. So we're going to be using the Almond to test out the range extender for it to see how well it works as a range extender. Now, what you have with this is it's intuitive. You can configure the settings without a Mac or PC. You just connect it and follow the on-screen instructions. It's secure. You benefit from pre-configured security. It prevents intruders from accessing your wireless data. It's up to 300 megabytes per second using the 802.11n MIMO technology. You can connect up to 50 users at a time. It's compatible with older devices in that standard. Elegant. All your info is just a finger tap away. I don't know about you, but this is one of those products where I'm like, why didn't somebody think of this sooner and make it? I mean, geez. So let's go ahead and unbox this puppy and see what's inside. So we're really excited about this product. I mean, a product that for the very first time you don't have to be Steve Jobs to figure out, or Woz from Apple. Okay, so we've got the unit here, and one thing I'm impressed about the unit at first is it's very small. I expected a much bigger unit, but that works. That's very good. Let's see here. We've got the power cord plugging in the wall. Of course, that's always good to have. Networking cable that they send with it. And let's see. We've got some, if they'll come out, just some instructions, basic instructions, basic warranty stuff, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at the product itself. We'll peel off the protective plastic for shipping so it doesn't get all scratched up. It's very good looking too. It's a very handsome product. So it will look cool no matter where you put this. If you put this on your, if you put this on a table or something like that, this will look really good with TV or your furniture or whatever. So you've got your screen here, and it's got, of course, its own curved stand. Looking at it, we've got a place for your network cables to come in and the network to come out. We've got a reset area here, and then we have your power that goes into here. Now, you can use this in one of two ways. You can either use this as a router, where you can use this as a, plug into your current input of cable and then use this as a router to put stuff out, or you can use it as a range extender, which is what we're going to be using it for. So let's go ahead and pull this off. I'm not sure what this does, but we'll go ahead and remove it anyway. In here, you can see it's got a grill to help keep it cool. And then what's nice, it's got a grill on the top to help also stay cool and aerated. So let's plug it in and see what happens. Okay, so we just barely plugged the unit in, and we're going to see how this looks as it boots up, and you'll kind of get to experience this with me. So we'll take a look at the Almond. And I mean, this is just a brilliant idea. I mean, you have touch screens that on your phones. Why didn't somebody think of this and putting it into a router sooner? It's just insane that someone didn't think of this, but it's awesome that these folks at Securifi.com did. So, and they're going to make some really cool products. In fact, one of the products that, from what I understand, is they're going to make is not only will it be a router, but it will play pictures on here from your database of photos in the future models. And so this can look great just about anywhere you want to take and use it in your house. Okay, so we're going to pick our language here. I'm going with English. It's the only thing I know how to say or read, so we'll take and do that. Looks like I'm in North America. I hope I'm in North America. And it's saving that, so don't unplug. And this might run us a little long in the video, so my apologies if you're one of those people who is a skipper. But I wanted you to experience what it takes like to set this up, because that'll give us a good review. All right, this wizard will help set up your Allman wireless router. This is, your mom could do this. The stylus is located at the bottom of your Allman router. Oh, that's what that little wire was they took out. Okay, so let's see here. Your grandmother could probably do this. Not that your grandmother's smart, but okay, so we got a stylus, and it's right in the bottom of the router. So next. Do you want to use the Allman router as a router or range extender? Wow, this is really hard. Wow, I can't believe how complex this is. Not. Wow, check it out. Found our router. Cool. Oh, please select one of the options. I guess I didn't select. My bad. There we go. All right, enter the password. 1, 2, 3, 4. What kind of idiot has that? That sounds like something a moron would have in their luggage. 714-603-8805. Okay, so we're saving the settings. We're waiting for the IP address and finding the dealio and going through the process. Nice, huh? Pretty easy. And it comes with the touchscreen stylus. That's pretty nice. I always love that scene in, what is it, Spaceballs? 1, 2, 3, 4. What kind of idiot has that? And looks like we got the IP, so we're just waiting for the connection. And hopefully I put in the right password. Holy crap! That's it! We're connected! Holy Judas! Finish. Wow! Wow. Now, we're in the furthest part of our area, so it's not getting a very good signal. We're actually going to move this, once we get done with the video, to a place where it's mid-range, because you want that to boost the signal and give you a mid-range signal. So let's take a look at a few things here. You can see the menu that they have. You have internet settings. Let's go into that. You can see DC, DHCP or cable modem, manual IP, DSL dial-up that you can take and do. We're not going to get too far into this. I'm sure that if you know what all this means, you'll be able to get it. This option is only available in router mode for the whatchamacallit, the security, so won't be using that. For wireless, this is giving us some, looks like my password and the name and the channel, guest password. Oh, you can enable a guest network with this. Hey, isn't that cool? So when your friends come over, you can give them the guest network. Or, you know what's really good about this? You give your kids the guest network, and that way when they don't do their chores, you just disable the guest network, and then tell them when they do their chores, you'll re-enable it. I've seen parents do that these days. Welcome to our world. Here's the range extender settings, reconnecting, disable, so you can see what that's about. And status, this gives us a status report, so we can see our basic status. Range extender connected, it's wireless, we've got all our thing there, what sort of encryption package we're using, the advanced IP, bridge, MAC, all that sort of good stuff that you might want to take and have. This actually works pretty good with your finger too. What is more? Let's see, more, we can add devices. We've got a wizard that we can get back into. That's the other thing too, you can do a software update with this thing. So you can plug it in, do a software firmware update, and it'll upgrade itself. Is that awesome or what? Screen settings, web administrator, let's see what else is more. Connection, system log, statistics, wow, support. And looks like in the future they've got a filter, users, weather, time, DMZ, more. Let's see what weather is. Oh, that's only available in router mode. So let's see, access point. So they give you a lot of different stuff here. And like I said, from what we heard, they're probably going to make it so this will also rotate pictures on the cover. So you can actually set this right on your table, have it look good, watch some pictures, and no one will know it's a router. Is that freaking amazing or what? Oh my gosh. So we're going to plug it in, come back in a second. Or we're going to come back in a day, actually. And we're going to tell you what we think then about the router after playing with it and seeing how it holds up for a day. It looks like we've got even statistics. It tells packets. We've got a system log. Wow, this keeps track of so much stuff. And it's all on a touch screen. So freaking cool. I love it. Okay, folks, so we've been playing with the Almond now for a while, and we're super, super impressed. It's got to be the most easiest thing we've ever set up. It is crazy how easy it is. None of that BS where you have to be like, oh, you gotta put the CD in, then plug this cable in, and then plug that cable in, and blah 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 blah, and you put the CD and you hope that it's working, and then no, now you have to go to 192.168.11 in your browser and set up your oh my gosh, none of that. It was so freaking easy. You saw me set it up on the screen. It works like a charm, and we're even having it rock as a range extender. One of the problems I have is I have a giant freaking L-shaped place that we utilize, and so we have the main office down at the one end, and we have stuff spread out across this giant L. So the triangulation of the beams does not work because it doesn't make the L into the farthest range, if that makes any sense. So what we did is by using the Almond, we took this thing. Okay, so here's what we had down at the corner of our L, if you will, and you can see we just had very red -50 signal strength or -60 signal strength. And this is the Wi-Fi analyzer we picked up off the Android system. Here you can see at the end of our L, we just had a really, really low signal ratio. Now, after adding the Almond, you can see here we really bumped up quite a lot, a bit higher in the corner of our L. And you can see here we have really strong signal strength at the end of our L, where we used to have this. So look how amazing that is. So it's a jump from the mid-80s up to the mid-50s, or somewhere, roughly in between there. So you can see it did an awesome job in extending our range and everything else. Now, the other thing you want to check into, because some of you may want all the latest toys, bells, and whistles like I do, they have the Almond Plus running on the Kickstarter program. We'll be reviewing that on a separate blog post on the chrisvossshow.com. But you may want to check into that. You can go to Securifi.com and see the Almond Plus. And it's on the Kickstarter program right now, or you can search for Almond Plus Kickstarter. It's going to have AC and N dual band concurrent on an 8020.11. It's going to have 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, and 1 plus 4 gigabit Ethernet ports. How about that? One USB port. It's going to have Zigbee on it, which makes it compatible with a lot of different units that are out there, and networking. And Z-Wave, 620 megahertz processor, 128 megabytes of RAM, Linux, and of course the wonderful touchscreen. It's so easy, and the great thing is the product's really intuitive too. For anyone who's a tech person who has their parents calling them or other people calling them by routers going, how do I hook this thing up? Oh my gosh, tell them to get one of these. From my understanding, according to their videos, this is #1 on Amazon when it comes to selling wireless routers. It's just so easy. What's crazy is why didn't somebody think of this sooner? So, no CDs, no plugins, no sitting there going, oh God, will this thing work? Why isn't it working? Blah, blah, blah. Super intuitive, right there on the screen, push the buttons, use the stylus, away you go. 2 thumbs up for this product. I am super, super, super impressed. Even in our preview that we did when we got the box, we said it on our social media, people were really excited to find out about this product. So it's going to be an awesome product. Pick up one of these. as a range extender or as your wireless and router, or take and look at the Almond Plus. One thing you want to keep in mind, you only have 2 networking plugs here. So you're going to be okay if you have some wireless devices. You don't need to use the plugs directly. Most people are in that situation now, I think, these days where everything's pretty much wireless. So you should be okay. But it also makes an awesome range extender, and it's so simple and easy to use. So be sure to check into the chrisvossshow.com. Oh, one thing we do want to tell you, there was an update we had to do on it, really simple and easy. We checked for a software update. It did an update. Done. No brainer. All cool. Freaking awesome. It's awesome they can update just right from the hub itself. You don't have to sit there and download some firmware and install it and then hope the hell it doesn't break and blah, 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 or that it converts. 2 thumbs up. Awesome product. I'm super impressed. I can't tell you that enough. And everyone that we've shown the product to in the office is just freaked out about how cool it is. So thanks for coming by the chrisvossshow.com. Go to securifi.com. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. And check out the Almond or the Almond Plus. Definitely contribute to their Kickstarter project. A bunch of people said they're going to do that from our social media streams because they want that Almond Plus, and I want one too. Thanks for coming by. Be sure to check back often.